His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Comot Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commenced the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah, ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court. They got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Comer today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how Weah had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to pride in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever buy in to your tricks. Never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happen in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Monday, the 30th day of March 2026, the reign of Judo Christopher. Good afternoon. Thank you so very kindly that you made us a part of your Monday afternoon, your Monday itinerary. Real Talk Kings 88.5. Good day, but it's not a good day if it is not a godly day. It is a good day when it is a godly day. So, Real Talk on a godly day, with God keeping watch over us from last week till this week. Another great day. Yes. So we go real with the issues, irrespective of who is involved. What are the magnitudes? That's what we are, a whole Radio Kings 88.5. To God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and everyone. Good God, faithful God, never reneging on his promises, but fulfill every word that he alters in the fullness of his time. He is the good God. He kept watch over us throughout last week and has brought us into this week with the resolve to do what is right politically and just everything existence. So we are grateful. It's another day, people. Thank you all for coming on. Well, let's bring up a few announcements. You are already aware, if you aren't, well, very significant transition is about to take place. And we've said that it is costly, it is cost intensive. That means it involves so much money. And we need you in this. I think we have reached a critical phase. We are very, very in need of your assistance. Whatever amount you can drop in our basket to facilitate, because you are partners and we complement each other. So please, you have done so much. You doing so much, and you will continue to do so much because you are so good, so understanding. We appreciate everything. The basket 055-885-885. That is the send wave 055-885-885. The local mobile money, Liberia mobile money, 077-017-885, 077-017-885. We need you. Whatever you can drop in, please do. $50, $75, $25, $100, $150, $200, $300, whatever the amount you've done more than that. You can do more than that. Thank you so much for the understanding. Everything that you've done for us and still doing for us, they are noteworthy. We thank you and we still look up to you. So we're grateful to God keeping watch over us throughout last week and has brought us into this week. We're grateful. We can get started. without saying thank you in praise. Yeah, there were 10 lepers healed. Only one went back. He said, where are you 10? Where are the other 9 to come and sing praise, to come and acknowledge, to come and just say thank you? Praise God deserves. He loves praise. So let's go with this one from my favorite group, Elevation Worship. It's called Praise. We have to praise, exalt, magnify his name because he keeps watch over Kings 88.5. No God does but the God Almighty, the God who hovers each and every individual member, making up the team at Kings 88.5. Small but effective. We are grateful to God Almighty. So we praise, exalt his holy name. Elevation Worship with the nice one by the group Elevation Worship. Praise, let everything that has breath. Why should I keep it inside? When my God is alive, why should I be quiet? Okay, so let's bring on few of you. You have come in your throne. Thank you so much. Again, don't forget to support our basket. We need you in this crucial transition. Please, 055-885-885. That's the send wave. 055-885-885. Liberia's mobile money number 0777-017-885. 0777-017-885. Samuel Kofi Woods Jr., Stephen Fowler Jr., Silva Washington, Broville, Tomansi Weah Caldwell, Eric D. Bracewell, that's Brownell Jr., New Crew Town, Claude de Paul, Jolly, Painesville City, District 4, Saros Tucolon, Bon County, Cogway Wida, Magibi County, Cooley and Banks, Broville, Moulton Conon, Mansare Abdullah, JJY, Manjebe Son Kamara, Abu Dhabi, Glenn Williams, Rising Sun, Dallas, Texas, Sisu Blackmore, Stephen Yakadi, Lower Magibi County, District 2, Emmanuel Gué, Japan Freeway, Roland Deriuto, Japan Freeway, District 13, George Wally, Johnsonville, Otello Ransegate, Bernardsville Junction residents, Boyman Kiadi, Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Lucia Lake. I'm doing good, Lucia. Thank you ever so much for the concern and hope that you are faring well too. Flexible General, Bombing County District, that's Clay, Bombing County, Emmanuel Bro, Minnesota, USA, Sebastian Tor, Smite Roll, Yasa Sharif, USA, Jerry Lablab, Soul Clinic, Zyoga, GSA Road, Austin Miller, that's Asata Miller, Red Light, Stanley Bozo, Congress City, Malu Fofana, 20th Street Sinker, Eugene Jobo, Capital Bad Pass, Jeff Comonte, Amara Jala Kamara, Brussels, Belgium, Renin Bowl, District 11, Badnersville, the Regime Speaker Palace, Musa A. Sherry Sophie, Community Congo Town, 5th Kevin, Bapin Limba United, Vinicius Bar, New Town, Claude de Port, Dubon Hill, USA, Nantus Tear, well, Battery Factory, and the names are just running down, just like river, running down the hill. Yes, Rita Christine Hates, Massachusetts, USA, Usman Saul, Gale Street, Joan Momolo, same place, Business Center. Julie Johnson, same place, Business Center. Jugonti Chie, Johnson Street, Business Center. Great business people. That's good. It's good to be independent. My dear sister, Orito Sunday Require, good to have you on. Welcome. Hope that you are faring well. Can say how inspired we are always by your presence. It's good to have you on. And the chairman himself, Roman Rico, Kenny Boy, the chairman for life, the one and only chairman, reference point chairman, Block 13, Intellectual Center. Okay, so let's do this very important announcement as was requested to be read on the show. Please bear with us. Please. Radio station is all about money. So you see, we're asking you for money. So other people bring it in there. They say, we want it to be read on this show. We want it to be read this time or whatever. So we say, yeah, no problem. No problem. Radio station, yeah, full of people, they won't do that. Born in the war. They're just here for the boss, man. Yeah, boss, man. But you get time for anything. You just want a body. So I see where radio station looking, we want a body. So yeah, please, let's read this very significant announcement. Then we get to what we've got on our plate, and then we are out. The Kemaya, Lamin, Golayon, Otis Mason, Sharo, Bonduodu, Pamalo, Kangba, and all other affiliated families regret to inform the general public of the unfortunate death of Man Watakuma Salaya Lame in her 75th year. This very sad event occurred on Wednesday, March 11 at 8:46 p.m. at St. Joseph Catholic Hospital in Monrovia, Liberia. Born in Foya District, Lofa County, Liberia, Man Watakuma Celia Lame was a beacon of education, humanity, kindness, resilience, courage, productivity, discipline, progress, determination, hope, care, and strength. She leaves behind a legacy of love, laughter, education, discipline, Liberian entrepreneurship, women empowerment, youth empowerment, girls' power, and countless lives touched and transformed. Funeral rites for the late beloved Man Watakuma Celia Lame will be held on Friday, April 10th, as follows. The body of Man Watakuma Celia Lame will be removed from the Samuel Stryker Funeral Home at 9 a.m. prompt on Friday, April 10th, and taken to the historic Providence Baptist Church on Ashmore Street, Monrovia, Liberia, where her funeral service will begin at 9:30 a.m. precisely. Following the funeral service on Friday, April 10th, at the historic Providence Baptist Church on Ashmore Street, Monrovia, the body of Man Watakuma Celia Lame will immediately be taken on the same day to Kaiser Memorial Lane Cemetery in Browville, Montserrat County for burial. Right after the burial of Man Watakuma Celia Lame, loved ones, friends, neighbors, community members, sympathizers, guests, and well-wishers who attend her funeral service will all join the Kimaya, Lamin, Goloyon, Otis Mason, Shayo, Bonduodu, Kwang Malo, Kangba, and all other affiliated families at the St. Gabriel Catholic Parish Hall, Brouville, Montserrat County, for the repast in final honor, respect, and loving memory of our late beloved mother, Manwata Kumba Soleya Lamin. She lives to mourn her lords, her children, daughter-in-law, sons-in-law, brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, sisters, brothers, nephews, nieces, cousins, aunts, uncles, and a host of other relatives, friends, well-wishers, and sympathizers, including but not limited to Auntie Pangba Yame Soleya periods, Uncle Momo Fala periods, Uncle Michael Lamin, Mr. Lawrence Kimaya, Mrs. Julie Kumba Kimaya Flengai, Mr. John Flengai, Deacon Ambassador D. Maxwell Sakimaya Sr., former Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet of the Republic of Liberia, Reverend Mrs. Dialokai Goloyan Kimaya, Miss Rose Sia Kimaya, Mrs. Watsu Tewa Lamin Mason, Mr. Otis Mason, Mrs. Teresa Yawa Lamin Chayo, Mr. Stephen Chama Chayo Sr., and Mr. Terence Teddyboy Lamin. The Kimaya, Lamin, Goleyon, Otis Mason, Chayo, Bonduodu, Pamalo, Kangba, and all other affiliated families and friends, sympathizers, and well-wishers of our beloved Manwata Kumba Soleya Lamin will continue to meet at 3 p.m. prompt on every Sunday at the Painesville residence of Deacon Ambassador D. Maxwell Kimaya Sr. and Reverend Mrs. Dialokai Goleyon Kimaya before her final service on Friday, April 10th at 9:30 a.m. at the historic Providence Baptist Church, the cornerstone of the nation on Ashman Street. This announcement is signed by Deacon Ambassador D. Maxwell Sakimaya Sr. and Reverend Mrs. Dialokai Goloyon Kimaya, son and daughter-in-law of the late Manwata Kumba Soleya Lamin, for and on behalf of the family. Let's get to what we've got. Briefly away from Liberia, we've got just 2 items today, and then that will be doing it. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in parts of central Nigeria city of Jos after gunmen opened fire at a bar, leading to deadly revenge attacks. 12 people were reportedly killed when attackers ambushed the drinking spot. A mob is then said to have retaliated, killing at least 10 people. Announcing the curfew, Plateau State Governor Caleb Manasseh said an investigation had been opened and those responsible for the killing will be brought to justice. The state has long been considered one of the most volatile parts of Nigeria. The United States Congressman Riley Moore has issued a stern warning that Nigeria could face serious consequences in its relationship with the United States if the government fails to better protect its Christian population. This comes after a devastating overnight attack in Jos North Plateau State, where gunmen opened fire on residents during Palm Sunday. Local reports indicate Daltons were killed and many more injured. forcing terrified residents to flee their homes. According to him, if they don't take the threat seriously and mobilize to defend the brothers and sisters in Christ, the blood of the martyrs will be on their hands, and there will be significant consequences for Nigeria's relationship with the United States. Nigerian authorities have responded by imposing a curfew in parts of Jos and deploying security forces to the affected areas in an effort to restore order. And Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister, Yusuf Toga, has urged Gulf states to partner with his country to diversify global energy supplies amid the Middle East crisis, urging them to view Nigeria as a partner. He told the BBC, with mounting risks to global oil flows, Nigeria is offering its vast, untapped gas and oil reserves to stabilize markets, with production already rising to 1.7 million barrels a day.
We as Nigerians, we are always desirous of joining hands with people all over the world, the economies all over the world, to ensure energy security for not just for Nigeria but for the world. What is happening in Iran, I think is hitting up the economy, so to say, and it's creating some shocks within the economy. It's not just that of Nigeria, but around the world, and as we can see. But what we are praying for and hoping for and preaching for is that we should have de-escalation in the conflict in the region. Diplomacy should take root. We believe that dialogue is the best answer to any kind of situation we find ourselves. But Nigeria will always play its part to ensure that there's energy security for people around the world. That is what we are committed to.
But as an oil-producing country, you will think, if it's not going well for somebody, we've got something. Are you having those kind of conversations of how you can help push some of your oil to the rest of the world?
Nigeria is ever ready to contribute to energy security around the world. Whatever Nigeria can do to help ease tension, Nigeria will of course do that. But I think the best will be to have de-escalation and to have dialogue take center stage in order to ensure that energy security is further guaranteed for everyone around the world.
But what are you putting in place to make sure that you can mitigate the hits that Nigerians might meet if this war carries on for furthermore?
As you know, that our domestic refining capacity has improved significantly, meaning that we refine more oil than we used to, with the private sector participation, especially with Dangote refinery now fully operational, and other modular refineries, around the country that are also upcoming, and of course some are on their way to also being established. So because of the policy that we have put in place to encourage the private sector to improve our domestic refining capacity, our position in terms of oil production and storage is a lot better. And that certainly will help in mitigating whatever problem that we have. We no longer need to import all the fuel that we used to have now to have this. So Nigeria can produce this oil, but beyond that, we are also exporting, and we will continue to do that to mitigate this where necessary. We don't want to be seen as a country that's taking advantage of anything, but what is important is that we will continue to contribute our quota, continue to play our part to ensure stability, not just in terms of oil prices, but also economic stability for everyone globally. I think we have that responsibility to do that. Nigeria will certainly play its part.
In these domestic refinery oil capacities that you said have been developed and continue to develop, how much of that is also being put into looking at the oil and fuel theft, because it happens quite a lot, which is quite a huge loss in terms of the Nigerian economy?
The Nigerian government has been fighting that over time, and we have seen significant improvement since the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's not yet completely solved, but I think we have seen remarkable improvement in the way our oil oil theft is being copped, especially in the Niger Delta region. I think the coming on board of this private refineries is also helping to ensure that this happens. I think the theft has been significantly reduced. It is still there, but we work even further to ensure that Nigeria's oil is not taken away by any criminal to be sold somewhere.
Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister Yusuf Tuga on his country readiness to help countries that are depleted or that their petroleum products running down, not only from African countries, but other countries making up the world. Nigeria, a powerful nation, powerful country. Not like this country under unity party government. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Look at Nigeria. Look at how Nigeria is bragging. Imagine Nigeria, African country, West African country. Their reserves, or reserve. Listen to the minister. Ready. Amen. Our country can never rise up to anything. No crisis our country can rise up to. No. Weah time, they went for peacekeeping mission. Ellen's time. But with this one that we in, nothing. The our men, nothing. They just showcasing all over the place, just bluffing, basic beetle, doing nothing. 6 years about to pass. You're sitting there. So the French embassy will move to refute a front page Africa story, according to the embassy, published on March 25th, that the French president, Emmanuel Macron, and President Weah had a conversation. You all read that they said Weah spoke to Macron seeking his intervention in the Guinea-Liberia crisis. And the next day, the people came out, I think 2 days after, say Macron denied President Weah call or intervention. They did release a short statement. They said, the Embassy of France in Liberia informs that, contrary to the claims contained in the front page Africa story published on March 25th, 2026, Ambassador Asibeli Ligotsi did not confirm the existence of a call between His Excellency, the President of the Republic of France, Emmanuel Macron, and His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph N. Boakai, pertaining to the border disputes between Guinea and Liberia. So, simple. Now, they did not deny. Did not. We have her on tip. We reported that nothing like that existed because we got her interview. She said, but what you're saying in Liberia, we know about it. Except we try to find out, as far as I know, I have no idea. I was trying to look for her interview that you listen to her. I will get it if I can get it now. But she said no idea whatsoever. So I can say And we knew that it was just something that probably certain Unity Party people may have done what they felt they could do. And Front Page Africa came up with that story that President Bouaka called Macron, and then his people ran with it, that Bouaka is man, he's this, he's that. And we knew institutionally that wasn't true at all. Because if you know diplomatic politics, it doesn't work. It's not one person taking a telephone and calling a person who has no idea whatsoever, who is not involved, who cannot even get involved in a way that you think he or she ought to get involved. Moreover, they know all of the options that Liberia has to resolve the conflict. How can Emmanuel Macron just answer a call from Bouaka and call the Guinean junta ruler and tell him to stop and give the people land? Does that make sense in terms of reasoning? If anybody ever believed that thing, that Bouaka called and you people were excited, well, we as an institution would never ever believe it. That's not true. Bouaka can take a telephone and call Macron. In fact, Macron would tell him, do you not know, do you not have regional borders? Do you not have ECOWAS? Do you not have the AU? That is a regional thing. You people are in that region. Why will you leave all of those people and come way in Europe? What sense does that make? we never believe that thing. We say Bouaka can call Macron, but Macron can't listen to Bouaka and say, my man, that's true. Drop the line. Let me call Dumuya and tell him to stop and give your land. He can never do it. He can't get involved. That's not how country get involved. Yesterday, you people were bragging. When I say yesterday, just a few days ago, with Sarah Beslow Yanti running here and there, attributing everything to Bouaka. You say, oh, Bouaka got good international conduct. Bouaka restore the country's international image. So Bouaka ain't restore regional image. This one should not be anything difficult. When you can solve issues within your perimeter in your own region, then how come now you bragging that you restore the country's image? So it means that all of the bragging was just the work of somebody, the work of the previous government, most part of it, the previous government, the work of other people that you came and just start feeding on. And you say, yo, Bouaka restored the country's international image. This country's international image was damaged. Bouaka has shown leadership. Granted. So Bouaka could not show leadership in an African something close to him, that he will leave and go to Macron. And you think Macron will believe that thing? Macron will even just get discouraged in Bouaka and tell him that, oh, come on, something on your lap. You just bother. You can't solve it and you come into me. What's the gravitas of that thing that you will come to me? But Macron can't listen to that thing. If anybody ever believed that report, well, we, Kings 88.5, did not believe it. That's why we have the woman. Her voice is here. She said she has no idea that President Bouaka called her president. The ambassador here, if President Bouaka makes a call to the French president, the ambassador here will be aware. In fact, everything passes through the ambassador. There is nothing that the ambassador will not be aware. The U.S. ambassador will not, he's not bypassed. They will not bypass the U.S. ambassador. The ambassador is the middleman between the two countries. So when Washington wants something in Liberia, wants something done, or wants to translate a message, it passed through. They get in direct contact or they give instruction to the ambassador. They will not leave the ambassador and start acting. It doesn't work that way. So the woman said that she wasn't aware. She was going to find her. She had no idea that Bouaka had called the French president. I will find it. It's in our gallery. We have plenty of things inside here. I will find it before the show ends. So you're listening to the woman. All right. So we do have a new party on the block, but before then, CDC in Grambassa, CDC restated its resolve of a possible comeback. At the weekend, the quadruple signing ceremony, not tripartite, but quadruple. Tripartite is 3, quadruple is 4. 4 counties came together and signed the document to build in politics what is referred to as a synergy, meaning a bond, unbreakable bond. And according to the organizers, it's going to go across the country. So over the days and weeks, we will witness another signing ceremony. Brace yourself for that, opposition members. The initiative is good. That is a great vision. And that vision couldn't have come at a better time than now. We are close to 2029. We aren't far. And why it is true that no man is an island, no institution is an island, but I am convinced that the Congress for Democratic Change can make it on its own. Relying on the other political parties will be a complete mental disaster for CDC. Why I say that? Because the rest of the opposition parties, apart from CDC, are unreliable. You can rely on them. Already you have seen Alexander Cummings. He has gone over to the Unity Party before he can even start campaign. Who knows what could be the position of the other ones? Already, most of the political parties, the opposition political parties, are not viable financially. They're not strong financially. Integrity-wise, it is slim. So you can rely on them. The initiative by CDC, they have the strength, they have the resolve, they can rely on themselves. Unity Party is an extra. Unity Party can do nothing of a tsunami or a gulf against CDC. No, instead, CDC is the institution that can do that. A statement that was a statement of a ready comeback. If you saw that event, that was a statement of a ready comeback. It sent shock waves into Unity Party, bone, marrow, soul, flesh, skin, blood. Unity Party trembled. President Joseph Yeman Boakai trembled. All of his officials, they started discussing. CDC gave them something real to squash the head and start thinking. What they did immediately after they saw and got afraid, and they are still afraid, they resorted to an empty propaganda, a propaganda without substance. Come to think of it, how can that gathering of multitudes be AI? It tells you how petty Liberia's politics is. Serious people suffer from serious intelligent quotient dementia. Now, here is it. Every live gathering is live gathering. AI can do nothing at live gathering. AI simply means artificial intelligence. It's all about creation. That's what it's all about, creation. Very often, or many times, it's not. You cannot increase large crowd or increase or take 10 persons and then convert them into multitudes. What I do know, as I spoke to some IT experts before coming on the air, that AI, a gathering is stretched after. So it is after the event production. After the event production. You cannot, according to them, create a large crowd or reduce a large live crowd. After the production, after the live event, you get in the production room, that's when you can do that. So a person can sit in his technological lab and take 3 persons and multiply those 3 persons into 50, into 75, into 100. That's technology. It does that with ease once you have the knowledge. Because they have known that CDC has not been affected in any given way by crowd defection, that CDC remains, the number remains. Not only that, but the number is growing by the day. The number is growing by the week. The number is increasing by the month. The number is staggering by the year. Why Unity Party number is decreasing? Because of the vindictive and dictatorial despotic attitude of President Joseph Yeman Boakai and his people. They saw the groundbreaking ceremony. Again, they got afraid. Instead of admitting, they resorted to AI mind game. Friday, they saw another one. Before then, after criticizing it, they felt that they saw, no, after the groundbreaking ceremony in April, the large crowd, the multitude they saw, they criticized it, they underestimated from their ignorance and envy and jealousy. Then they saw the next one at the morgue when George Weah himself went at the morgue. They saw the crowd again. Still, they weren't convinced. They got on AI. Buchanan said it. They saw multitudes. Now, please note, one man, only one man, Senator Nathaniel McGill. Before then, Senator McGill went in that same region. They say, oh, the man can do nothing all by himself. That George Weah can make the people popular, that George Weah can bring the crowd. They argue. Fast forward, Friday, it was only McGill. They saw it. It was only McGill, followed by the other people who were standing with him. You saw it. So they're not saying that George Weah now is the person who can produce the crowd. They now know that anybody within CDC can produce a multitude. It is because the people have never been discouraged. They have never been dispirited. They have never given up. They have this resolve and they are spirited and they are hopeful of a possible comeback 2029, and they cannot sit supinely, but they have to told the government that nothing has changed on the Congress for Democratic Change. They remain ever ready and ever determined. If any of CDC member Just move anywhere with a rally, you will see the multitudes. You will see the turnout. That tells you the people are ready. They are ready. And Unity Party knows that. Why it is not a crowd competition? But I do not think that Unity Party can pull out the crowd again, despite having the money, the positions, because all the people who were crying, who made the people to believe that CDC was the baddest party, George Weah was the inept leader, they've now shown themselves that they were only screaming and shouting and yelling because they were in poverty, they were poverty-stricken, they needed some kind of change to come out of their poverty. So they are not concerned about the masses any longer. They are concerned about themselves, which everybody knows, everybody sees, and they themselves are talking about it everywhere, to the extent that Unity Party Alliance is crumbling. Members of Unity Party Alliance, they complaining neglect, they complaining marginalization, they complaining no job whatsoever, even though they campaign. So if anybody think, if you are a Unity Party person and you think anything going to change for you, you'll be living in a dreamland. What I can tell you, start to think about it real good and take a decision to turn your back on them. It's very good to say goodbye at an early stage than to be hoping and hoping. Hoping never help anybody in life. Before you can realize it, you're done. And you just live with that expression, if I had known. Don't wait until it reached the point that you will say, if I had known. If you are a Unity Party person, take a decision. It's hard, but you're going to see your life changing. You would think that it can right now, but it is possible. Don't see Unity Party as having all of the money. You can stay with around, you will get something. They aren't thinking about you. They are going ahead. No, they will only need you when it's election time. Right now, some of you try, you did your best for those people. Some of you conditions should have changed greatly, but you people are in the same place. What do you see them do? They're riding the tinted witches. Some of them passing by you, they're acting like they didn't see you, but they see you. But you're not important again. Ask yourself how often you see them coming down to your level as they were coming down to your level prior to Unity Party winning the elections. You don't see anybody coming down to you. They don't recognize you again. You are left to fend for yourself. You've seen and some of the people who strive for them, who went to the extreme, they got sick here. Those Unity Party supporters got sick and they left them to die. They die without showing any concern whatsoever. You can be there in Unity Party and be waiting and hoping that things will change. Well, things not going to change for you. Things are changing for them because they have the change. You are only hoping. They have it. They aren't hoping for change. They have the change. You're hoping for a change. They have the change. So they're not thinking about you. A person who has the change doesn't think about the next person. The next person ought to think for himself. And that's why you people are left to fend for yourself, to do whatever you can, to the extent that we see you're complaining, crying, some of you groaning in your hearts. Things are just not well with you people. We know that for a fact. So the one thing I can advise you, take an early decision. Take an early decision. Listen, it doesn't say that they're going to lambast you. Yes, they will lambast you. People will say some things, but the same people who will be lambasting you, they will come to you and say, brother, you took the right decision. I was overlooking ill. The things that are happening now, it was good. Or are following you, are leaving. And do you know that there are people who left Unity Party early? They left Unity Party. Come on, we in this country, we know Weah. There are people who left because of disenchantment. Like the word that was being used in CDC time. They left. Some people left because they see no vision within Unity Party. And do you know that the arrest agenda has died? since they put that in forth and told the international community to fund 90% of it, is just by the wayside. And this is why you see everything is crumbling with the government. President Bouaka don't know what to do. He has called meeting repeatedly and telling his ministers that nothing has changed. How can a president say we have 1.2 billion, but where the money will come from for the 1.2 billion? No job. No job. One of the supporters, one of those who came, when Bouaka came to the presidency, when he got elected, he started to praise Bouaka. He forecast for, he positioned Bouaka government like, oh, look, everything was going to be rosy. This analyst condemned in his analysis, comparatively, grading President Joseph Yuma Bouaka over former President George Weah based on his factors. He portrayed Bouaka as coming to the presidency. He said Bouaka was going to do this, Bouaka was going to do that, the country was going to do that. They will move from one radio station to another. You know, there's this thing we have in Liberia, or this culture, that when a new president comes to power and you start to praise that new president, a radio station will call you here and there. So you get famous in no time if you aren't famous. That's what happened with most of those guys. So this guy here, who is today condemning Bouaka for creating no job, he was on most of the radio stations. He was part of panel discussions, and he had been very vocal. The man had the audacity. I am telling you this to tell you that nothing extra going to happen. The government is done. President Bouaka is confused. His people don't know what to do. They all made too many big mouths, and now they can fulfill. How they call him? Kiatamba. Kiatamba, a political pundit or analyst. Kiatama goes on to admit today that President Joseph Yuma Bouaka is unable to create jobs. But he was the same and still the same. Kiatama, a unique political analyst in Liberia, that said that this man was far better than George Weah. I know that for a fact because I listened to their conversation when they were on one of the radio stations. And he said we are far below the par. He praised Bouaka as having the vision. Bouaka was going to do this, Bouaka was going to do that. To see these people today rescinding on or going back on what they said, it tells you that Liberia's political culture is all about money, praise to get money. So I soon realized that most of these people who were praising President Bouaka, oh, Bouaka is doing that, Bouaka opening a road, Bouaka getting a vision, Bouaka. Today, they're seeing the reality of nothing. They are now going back and saying that President Bouaka has not done this. President Bouaka does not have the ability to do this. But what did you see first to grade him as being a visionary, a messiah? I thought in life, when someone ascends, we give chance. That means we don't go immediately put a praise sting on that person and say that person will be this, the person will be that, the person going to do that. We wait to see based on what the person will do in the first 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, then we know. When President Bouaka came newly, people were criticizing, yeah, and there people were very critical, and they were right. What did some of his people say? Say, oh, the man, you're coming to the presidency, you'll get a man chance. So Bouaka was given chance. That Bouaka will admit, the man himself will admit to defeat. In the cabinet meeting, President Bouaka said The government is in its third year and they have not created jobs. You go to Kiatama Peace. He was very blunt. In fact, he said the government has not, Joe Boakai has not created a job. But he wasn't making any news because Boakai said it. Before Boakai, his vice president, Jeremiah Kuhn, said it. Jeremiah Kuhn said the government weakness is job creation. How can a vice president say that? That is a defeat. In any country, the people will rise up against you and take that government from there. How can a vice president say the weakness of the government is job when it was the same job weakness that you campaigned on and told the people that you people have the capacity to create jobs? You people campaign on that. It was one of your campaign messages. How come today that the vice president, a couple of months ago, will say that the government is unable to create jobs? 2 days after President Boakai goes to a cabinet meeting, he calls on his cabinet minister to find ways by which they can create jobs. Last week, the president sits in a cabinet meeting again before his ministers, God, telling the people that the government has not created jobs, mainly for the youth people, the young people, and that demographic or the young people. Yesterday, they used them. They told them, George Weah drug you people. George Weah did this. George Weah did that. You people, your children were dying. They turned to the older ones too after the feeling got through talking with the younger ones. They say, oh, your George Weah drug your children. George Weah Jr. So majority of the women, they took that, they believe it. And say, it's today, the boys and the girls are still dying. The party chairman, Luther Tappe. What did Luther Tappe say? He said it was former President Weah that was bringing drug into the country, drugging the children. When we come, we'll rid this whole country of drug. Where we are today, ask Luther Tappe. You hear Luther Tappe talking again with drugs all over. Unity Party officials, security people are being caught with drugs. The young people are still taking drugs. They are still dying of different kinds of drugs. Why Luther Tappe can talk? You can hear Luther Tappe talking. Luther Tappe would never talk because Luther Tappe is saying 5,000 United States dollars, 10,000 United States dollars, 15,000 United States dollars. He done with you people. He telling you people that your sons and your daughters can die. He has no concern whatsoever. At least they are in. Ask your party chairman. When last he ever spoke against drugs in this country? Oh no. No, they were only using you people as surrogates. They were only using you. They accomplished their aims. It done. Finish. So, what you saw in Buchanan, it wasn't AI, yeah? AI is not a live thing. AI means when you finish. Right now, I am live. So when I finish, I can take this production. I sit down in my production room. I do it any way I want to do it. I can even tell myself, I put myself in the warehouse. The people will believe it. They say, oh, Sam Andrews travel. Sam Andrews in the States. And you can see some people can do it. They argue on the street. They say, oh, the man is still the man. Yeah. The man travel. They say, no, I'm a rare. They say, don't argue with me, man. I say, the man is still. Look at it. I say, I saw the thing. You say, but I'm a rare that AI. You can sit down. They have another thing. And you see when the person talking, they get something they call CapCut, another production, another stuff on the internet called CapCut. CapCut is when you see the people, they have the event less than no time. You can see the short clips there on Facebook everywhere. And that one, you can pull it on your phone, you can pull it on your computer. They call it CapCut. You just go right there, right to that place. Say the way I'm talking so. And there are certain things that I said, and you want to cut that part. You just go right there, you cut it. So you see sometimes when the people say, oh, AB said it one, AB Weah said it one, then they put it on that CapCut. Where they just go right to that place, you cut it. But you can do it live. That after the production. So that AI thing they're talking about, listen, I just thought to share small idea with you. You can't do anything AI in a live something. The crowd over there was original crowd, natural crowd. There was nothing artificial down there. Artificial means you add A to A, to add unnatural to natural, so it will look that kind of way. So please, we in a world technology. CDC does not go. CDC is not AI generated crap. No. CDC is not AI generated crap. Everybody knows in this country that CDC has the number. You can't argue it. It's unarguable. No. But they have nothing to say. Then lastly, Mr. Senator Sir Joseph. Senator Sir Joseph is the next president of Liberia. Ladies and gentlemen, can we all rise to welcome the next president of the Republic of Liberia, Kisi President, Sir Joseph, with a standing ovation. It said People's Action Party, PAP for short, political party, is nearing a full-fledged, if it is not a full-fledged, but everything is done. Everything is done. The party done. Once you get to a convention, you finish. The only thing now is the National Elections Commission convening. That's the last part. Then they convene, certificate you. You have to submit your leadership to the National Elections Commission. They do the appraisal, everything. Then they set the stage for the certification ceremony. Senator Sir Joseph says he wants to be president of Liberia. That's what he said. So he established a political party. And it is his right. Constitutionally, it is his right. The Constitution provides for that. But you want to leave the constitutional rightness and get into the political terrain and ask the political questions. What's the possibility? What's the possibility of that? Can he be president of Liberia? Is Liberia ready to elect such a man? And several other questions, which the response will be just 2 words, 2 letters word, no. No. In my opinion, it's just a waste of time and resources. Just a waste of time and resources. He has given his support to President Boakai from the very first day that President Boakai is from Lofa County and he is Kisi. President Boakai is Kisi. So he supports the government. He throws his support to the government. And how can that be a political party? Does it make sense in the wisdom of the people to vote for him? No, I think the party has just come, or he has come to spread money. And all the people that are around him, they will just give the usual flattery, political flattery, so that they can get things going. Because every dime, every cent, every nickel coming from him, not coming from the people, coming from him, because he is a money man. He is a money man. Coming from him. Ain't coming from anybody. Anybody. Everything coming from him. You're listening to the man who has already won 2029 elections, President Kisi Sir Joseph. You're listening to the president.
In the shortest possible time, you're going to see the difference. There's a new political institutions where the people of Liberia depend on. This is why we say the People Action Party. Let's look at the genesis and the history of the People Action Party in Singapore. Based on those success stories, we can assure the people of Liberia that they have a home that they can depend on, going to sit and have conversation what affecting the towns and villages, what affect the family home, and how can we move forward. So we're gonna show you that you can depend on the leadership of the People Action Party all across the country, and we're going to bring something new on the table. That is, we said first priority is the people, second priority, third priority is the people. Everything is about the people. So that is our focus, and that is what we bring on the table. As times unfold, they're going to see the truth, and they're going to know the truth, and they're going to see the difference. Previously, they said it was dead on arrival. Can you also say today is dead on arrival? The answer is no. The people, those that said those things, they are shocked. The next thing we're going to show you, we bring a different kind of politics on the table in Liberia. We don't have to attack government. We can come up with proposals. We will not just look at the weakness of the government or the weakness of the presidency to destroy those characters, no, or those positions. We're going to show you that we're going to sit when there are issues, we will speak on those issues. When good things are done, we will also express it and say thank you. We will come up with proposals. We will not just be on the side to look. We're going to be active on the front to make sure we help to solve the problem. Monday by Wednesday, the People Action Party team will be hailing, relief team will be hailing to Lofa County and the Solomon Bolo to give assistance to the people there. We will not criticize government. We will not just say we're different, but we're going to move there. Not just that, we're going to, the People Action Party will help to mediate the process between Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone, so that the Macona River Union can be rebranded. Not the Mano River Union, but the Macona River Union that was in existence. The People Action Party will work towards that, so that what is happening now will never be repeated. The People Action Party doors are open. We serve people. We do not name specific people. It's open to everyone. Even if you don't have it, you are welcome. Even if you cannot afford, you are welcome. Those that can afford, you are welcome. Conversations are ongoing. We have present the full political parties after our certification that will be working along with us so that we can all move our country forward.
PAP President, Senator Sir Joseph. I want to pick up from the end of his address. Here's the first blunder of the man who wants to be president. The Guinean situation is deep political. It has got nothing to do with political party going there to mediate. The country or the government, the president, with his people, finding it difficult. Nothing has changed yet. Everything remains as it is. What is it that President Boakai didn't do, can do, that you, as a new political party, not even been certificated yet, the nation ain't even know you yet, you need to popularize the party. Nobody regionally knows you as a political institution will go there. Moreover, it has got nothing to do with political party. That's the first ineptitude of a man who wants to be president, does not know simple things. The rest of it, I'll leave it with you. Then at that occasion, to announce his party, you had Unity Party dismissing his party. The second ineptitude of Kisi, no disrespect to the Kisi people, they are great, sound, intelligent, highly educated Kisi people. I'm referencing this man based on his position. He told the whole nation that he gone to Joseph Yema Boakai, and the reason he gave was not political, but rather tribal, ethnic. He said President Boakai is from Lofa County, together with the deputy speaker. And Boakai is a Kisi man. So they've left from the Southeastern president, even though the Southeastern president was not looking at anything Southeastern. He saw everybody as Liberians with the expertise to deliver, and that's why he brought them on board. Sir Joseph them were in their area. But they come now, they tribalize the government. That he has gone to President Boakai, he said he supports President Boakai doing well for the country, and a lot more. So if Joseph Boakai is doing well for the country, then why would you want to have a political party to rival Joseph Boakai, who is contesting 2029? To establish a political party is to say Boakai is not doing well. It is not former President Weah in power. In 2029, you're not going to contest against former President Weah. By political reasoning, Sir Joseph is going to contest against Joseph Yema Boakai. He's going to reduce Joseph Yema Boakai in Unity Party vote if he will get substantial vote. By establishing the political party is to rescind on his decision that Boakai is a Kisi man, that he is from Lofa County. Boakai is doing well with the country. So he rescinded his decision by the establishment of a political party called People's Action Party. Some will say, oh, it's an auxiliary of the Unity Party. Don't look at it that way. The fact that he announced is different. In other countries, they have institutions like that. They're not running for presidency. They're not running for the higher seat of the land. They go for the representative and they throw the weight behind the current president. That's what they do. Running for president means that the current president is ineffective, that the current president isn't delivering. Hence, you want to use the time that you have between now and 2029 to prepare yourself, popularize the party, make promises to the people, make some inroads that will give them the right or the conviction to vote you against Joseph Yema Boakai. When you support somebody by your announcement that the person is doing good, then you can go against the person. Establishing a political party is saying that Joseph Yema Boakai, in the opinion of Sir Joseph, is not delivering. Hence, he wants to topple Joseph Yema Boakai and become the president of Liberia to deliver. Take George Weah out of it, because he's not going to contest against George Weah. He's not going to campaign against George Weah. He's not in the race because of George Weah. He's in the race because Joseph Yema Boakai is not delivering. That's why Amos Tuer, who is the Secretary General of Unity Party, refused to relinquish one position because the office of the Ombudsman or the Code of Conduct forbids a person holding dual position. They argued this against CDC yesterday. They said, oh, Jefferson Koji, Secretary General of CDC, then he chairman, he said a mayor. He needs to leave the position of CDC Secretary General and stay on. Today, Amos Tuer and the rest of the people, all of them, Boakai can do nothing about it. Amos Tuer goes to the place, he dismissed Sir Joseph and his party. Have a listen keenly. Put on your political cap. Listen keenly.
In the shortest possible time.
Oh, wait, Chief. Wait. Put on your political cap. Listen keenly to the man. He firstly dismissed the party, the existence of the party. Where is it? Here we go.
We have come to say that we are here in solidarity with PAP. We have come to stand with you not as a one political party, not as a diverse political parties, but one Liberian. We have come to stand with you against the backdrop that we are all Liberian and that we've got.
So you're listening to this thing in man talking, it man making sense. It's sounding anything political soundness. The man is indirectly saying, come on, chief. You know that President Weah is our candidate and you pledge your support to us. Now you have come. Why it is true that it is your right under the Constitution, but we no longer see you. We're having a different thought about you. There is a line in a place that you hear him say, not until President Weah is re-elected, or not until President Weah is out of the presidency. That's what he said. Oh. So you are simply saying, Chief, you say you want to be president of this country, but Weah will have to move from there. Unity Party will not be existing. That the only way you will be president. You're listening. He getting there.
A common responsibility to the state, to the country. We believe strongly that as a ruling party, in order for us to foster or accelerate the agenda of the president requires the active and massive participation of all Liberians regardless of where you are. And so PAP is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves, it's important to highlight that. So PAP is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves, so PAP is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves, he is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves.
So, my people, y'all, please help me. Oh, well, my English, my reasoning is not too good. So let me use yours. The thing the man talking to say the Liberian way is the man saying that they won, and they feel comfortable, and they see this man, this party, as a party viable for them to work together. They think the man said, Jenna, listen again. Sir Joseph, boy, eat your money.
I said participation of all Liberians regardless of where you are. And so PAP is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves, regardless of where you are. And so PAP is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves. So PAP is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves. So PAP is not an exception. But until Unity Party leaves, it's important to highlight that. We are here in But until Unity Party leaves, it's important to highlight that. But until Unity Party leaves, it's important to highlight that. But until Unity Party leaves, it's important to highlight that.
What the man simply meant, PAP, you have no space. You want to be president. You, Sir Joseph, you want to be president. You want to oust President Weah. But it doesn't make sense. We will not give you no space. The only time you will become president in this country, when Unity Party is out. That's what Amos said. And you could tell from Sir Joseph Countenance, right where he was sitting, he started to have a different thought. Meaning, it is your right constitutional, you come on board, next will certificate you. But all your political pledges you made to Joseph Weah, we regard it again the fact that you establish a party to come against us. So the only way you will become president in this country is that Unity Party leaves. And Unity Party will lead 2029. CDC get there. So Sir Joseph Parr forget it. Here the calculation. The equation is clear. Unity Party going at 2029. CDC comes in 2029, 2030. So when you, Sir Joseph, will have the chance, by that time, you're done. You see how they mess you up? You say you want to be president? You see why it's good to rush? You said George Weah did not have the leadership ability. Now you people have the leadership. Now you're not demonstrating any sound leadership. How you do that kind of thing? Chief, Sir Joseph, you just brought that party, you brought to waste time and eat money. I mean, the people eat money from you. That if you get 10 votes, you must tell God thank you. So that's it. If you get 10 votes, tell God thank you. Then let's go. You're listening to the other one he said apart from the. Instead of talking about the people call you to a gathering, Liberian politicians, you tend to wonder whether they really understand themselves in certain gatherings. Unity Party and CDC not competing. CDC has unprecedented developmental record in this country. Unity Party has a damning record. So much so that Unity Party wanted to kill George Weah. They thought when they went to CDC headquarters during Ellen's regime, where they directed the firing, they felt that George Weah was around there. We know that, and we know a lot more about Unity Party. You come to the country as the leader or the ruling establishment. In just under 3 years, you have failed miserably. All the things that you said the other president did not do, or the other president failed in, you're doing nothing in that direction. Today, you cannot boast of anything significant. You're listening to the man.
But you all will recognize that if we were to do a comparison between this administration and the past immediate administration, there is a vast difference. That today, as a ruling party and people of this country, you are no longer passing through a third country to access, for example, the southeastern region. Unlike in the past, where we had to shamefully and embarrassingly pass through another country to access our own country, today the case is not the same. Under the leadership of President Joseph Boakai, we know that there are two major political commodities in this country that no government can play with. Rice and petroleum products. When our government came, the President of the Republic made it a major priority for this administration to ensure that the prices of rice and petroleum products, they were significantly reduced compared to the past administration. That even as
LEC.
Even though there is an escalating global crisis.
No, Chief, come on. That's ineptitude to the core nonsense. You don't attach condition to anything. When you were coming to power, you didn't say. You didn't say. At least during Ellen's time, when Ellen was coming to the presidency, in Ellen's inaugural address, what did she say? She said, my government, or I am not promising anybody quick fix. That means she was conditional. She left room for excuses. Joseph Boakai and his team come to power, or coming to power, did not set any, and it is irrational mental deficiency that you will just give a blanket statement or position. In life, you don't know the future. That's the reason why you can say, oh, I'm not promising you 100%. Let's see how the situation will be. And they are right. Meaning, I do not have control over the situation. We are here today, tomorrow, things could change. So, in politics, they have the expression, they say, not quick fix. Meaning, the expectation should not be too high because we have obstacles along the way. We have some hurdles. So, we can tell you to rely on us 100%. Ironically, that's how Unity Party came to power without leaving any condition, without leaving any room. They say, oh, the men mess the country, oh, we'll restore, they will do that. That's the reason they say rescue. And then they say, and what they say? They say we have rescued the country. Rescue means you have everything in place and there's going to be no problem. Why today you're putting it on global issue? You should have been aware, and you knew during Weah's time there were global issues. And you said that The people, the government should not put it on any global issue that Weah was inept. Weah did not have the leadership ability. The man a football man. The man that only just say he know. And that's what you are saying? Then today, shamelessly, you putting it on global issue. You should be dull of a person. Only dull people will do that. What are you putting on global issue for? No, yesterday, oh, it wasn't global issue. So today, a global issue.
That has made country to increase prices of petroleum products.
A lie, blatant lie. You're a pathological liar.
Our people, Liberia still maintains the lowest price of petroleum products in the world.
That's not the issue.
The lowest prices of petroleum products.
That's not the issue, brother.
In the region, right around us, all the countries around oil producing nation. Rice, the same thing with rice. Even though the prices, but we are still selling rice.
But what can I even do again?
But we are still selling the same thing with rice. Even though the prices is there, the rice. Even though the prices is there, thing with rice. Even though the prices is there,
but we
are still selling rice at $14.05 or 50 cents. This is to tell you that the president recognizes the challenges. We will not close our doors to importing responsible and mature opposition political parties.
So what happened with the electricity that everybody expected? Not, let me not say everybody, but most of the people that were when you were naming all these things, they expected, because even the PAP people, majority of the PAP people, no light at the houses. They down, their houses dark, their community dark. So they expected him to have mentioned that LEC or electricity is regular. He smartly avoided that because it is bad off in their government. He avoided that. Only two things he talked about. The other one, you go hear the one LEC. That your favorite, I see your. You ain't know how to give political rhetoric. You just go to sound loud, but you don't understand yourself when you're speaking. So you say, yeah, man can talk. It must work and talk. You can talk, but you can make sense. You can go verbose, but you can make sense. You can sound like people will hear you, yes. Say, oh yeah, the man can talk, the man can talk. But what sense is the man making? What's the message he's sending across? The man made fun of Sir Joseph, who called himself senator. And this is no disrespect to him. He's a senator, but we're talking about reasoning here. You form a political party to ask Bwaka to take Bwaka from power. Then you call Bwaka. You call Bwaka to go speak there, meaning Unity Party. So the Secretary General, when he said the only time PAP will become ruling party in this country when Unity Party leaves, and Unity Party going to leave 2029, CDC gets there. So when Sir Joseph will become, so you see Sir Joseph, you see, sorry to say, you see Kissy people. You see what the book can say? You get reasoning problem. You're wrong. Oh, Bwagada, Kissy man, and Bwaga doing well. If you're Lofa County, so we're going to Lofa. So you see what the people are doing to you, but you brought it on yourself. That your political party, boy, eat your money. Eat it real good. When you get 10 votes in this country, then you tell God, thank you. You know, and you say George Weah this, George Weah that, and you say a lot more. You come into CA. Let's say George Weah not there, that you're in power now. So let's see your leadership. The first thing you put on the table is ineptitude. The first thing you Sir Joseph. And you see it? They both ready to start eating your money. They will eat it real good. That party, I see you announcing that you were withdrawing from the 2029 elections. I see you. So that's it. That's it. Again, let's remind you of the basket, our transition that is about to take place. Very significant. We need you, please. Drop whatever you can in the basket. The send wave 0555 885 885 0555 885 885. That is the send wave. Liberia's mobile money 0777 017 885 0777 017 885. Drop whatever you can. Whatever you can. $50, 2,000 Liberty, 3,000 Liberty, 5,000, $10 US, $50 US. Anyone will accept it. Yeah. Let's go to the line. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Sanju.
Yes.
Yes, so calling for Justin Pay.
Let's hear you quick.
Yes, Sanju, thank you very much. Sanju, I want to say to the municipality, let me tell you, I want to tell my people first thing, Grandmaster, they want Saturday, I want to tell them. We are not declared, Sanju, we are just voting for the 2028 for the capital cycle 2029. We are ready to bring president, we are back 2029. Sanju, Joseph, they show yourself to the world. The men said that he supported Waka. And we call it the boys are looking to the ball. I want to say back government where we going to go back to post that to the thing that happened to the bonus. And this is that Joseph, we have to almost use this in this table. People, come and pass the ticket for them to vote for you. But tell what is the report they are seeing for themselves. So let's go to now ever swear. You are still Ukraine war, they were fighting Ukraine war, they were fighting Russia, Ukraine were fighting President. We are running the country. People were taking 30 was better, he was doing more development, but then nothing was yet for him, he was paying the people. That the men, I don't think he can't experience, but he maintained the peace of the country as well, a better life for your class for the 2 years. Then you must 3 years now, here you are still the people serving the community. And they cannot lecture your free or even you propaganda, it will not help you. Your teacher money,
all right.
So that's what will be out. Thank you very much.
All right, madam. Have a nice day. Yeah, don't mind them. don't mind them. Let's go to the men's line. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, and this is Esmoka, and I'm the visually impaired that are pushing for the return of President Weah. You know, when I was listening to our man Joseph, when he talk about he will not be the type that will just be criticized, but you'll be criticized and put forth suggestions. Then I say, oh, he's a new centrism, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's a new centrism. Can you imagine that?
Emokai, you know that mentality has killed the centrism movement of Kanyok Bagbala? That movement died.
Yeah. He completed because some of the people that believe in that thing, he came away. When he started doing what he was doing, some of them started resigning and living in there. Okay? Then more what he was expecting, he could not get it. He just destroyed himself. And that is what happened to our brother. You make it clear, you know, that you are supporting the ruling establishment. You need to look at in your own government, everything that you enjoying today. You got it from the CDC when you were representative, when you became senator and the CDC government. But yeah, when you told Waka that it is Waka government that you are having peace, that you are happy and feel secure. So how do you not form party to contest in an election? You just want to stay up. And suppose also that is the reason why the Amos 12 was indirectly dealing with him and how he understood what we're telling him. You know, because the guys, I don't care what happened, they were not in reliance with the CDC people. In their mind, they are thinking that anything is possible, the guys they could go back home. So this is the time that we be wise and start dealing with them now before they grow at our expense. This is what's going on here, but the guys are not. The guy is not smart. Look at the other guy that left. How much money you are putting there? He left. He said the reason why he left Arkansas is because when he got there now, he started hearing about him supporting Joe Blacker. Then he said, "No, I have to go." I talk about the former representative that contested in District 2. He said that the only reason I made him to say no, I have to go back because I am not here to support Blacker. I can hear on different things, but what I'm hearing now, I have to go back. So here we are. You know, and then kudos to the guys, Grand Pastor County, it was massive. And this is the thing that have destroyed the Unity Party. When we started this comeback, we go to Brown County, they said they will put a man in orange suit very soon. We have a groundbreaking ceremony, they say, oh, that was nothing. When you as a ruling party, because of your ineptitude, you begin to see these things happening. What you do, you go back in your process and start making some adjustment and taking some sound decision and see how best you can address some of the issues. But the guys fail to do so until they are already getting late for them. Everything that happened, they got different way to say it. They are saying it. How do you come talk about AR? It is visible. It's clear. It is being carried live. People watching it. Then you talk about AR? Why up to them? That AR will turn into Himo Tsunami come 2029. Thank you.
Mr. Carr, have a nice Monday. Hello.
Oh, thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Andrew, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call my Popo Kono, down Coast Spoon Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrew, you said it all. Firstly, let me use your medium to congratulate the National Executive Council of the People's Movement, most especially Nathaniel Fallow McGill, for executing that strategic and unprecedented move that was demonstrated yesterday in Grand Bassa County. Mr. McGill, thank you very much. We are proud of you. We know what you can do, and you always do it for us. Thank you. Issue. Look, Mr. Andrew, on the day Sahali Joseph carry on that ungratefulness, because there is a saying that says, never you bite the hand that feed you. Once you bite the hand that feed you, you become very, very unpopular. You become very much, unproductive in everything you are doing. What Sahali Joseph just displayed in Bentonville, in my mind, it just exhibited an auxiliary movement of the ruling establishment in Bentonville. You saw how poorly the place was attended, because everyone went there with the intention of fulminating a force that will fight against the status quo, but to fight, to establish and move to embrace the status quo, the weakling, giving the participants or those who wait for the convention, they lost every interest into that convention. That's why you saw the place was poorly attended, and you saw the Secretary General of the Unity Party there marketing his own ignorance. Mr. Secretary General, President Weah, record rate was $13.50. Under your government, record rate is $14. That is your underperforming President Weah. Under President Weah, gasoline was never sold for $900. Today, you are selling gasoline for $900. So even the people that you are talking to there knew that you were lying to them. You were deceiving them. Look, Unity Party, what was exhibited in Grand Bassa is just the beginning and end of the Unity Party. Mr. Andrew, thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on national issue. Thank you very much.
All right. Hello.
Yes.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Joseph. Let's Joseph go. Anyway, all on our beer for 2023, the poor Baka there. Today, what happened to the county? Let it go there and say, we are not paying for a refugee camp. Bring here, they want all my man. Anyway, that money that they put in it. You might have had a man. They put wrong. They eat the money. The money the more eat it was the time of where Tapia will eat it. What I wouldn't want to get the money, getting the money.
Oh, so you want run campaign for Sir Joseph Mabeze?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want run campaign.
That the money meaning you want to go run campaign?
Yeah, but the money will say
They will not accept you, they will say you for CDC.
No, I will tell you was CDC visa. I will tell you visa. I will tell you visa. That was visa they can hold you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a careful. Thomas Farah. That one was policing there. They're very much like it. The number the cafe. They must solve the problem. They must have one all of you. They know that I will carry. As I do. Program Friday. I'll press 300. I said I'll come and sell it Monday.
Oh, Friday. Oh, Newton talk about the diaspora team, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what number I will sell it on now?
It's selling on 0555. Yeah, not 0555, sorry, 0777. 0777.
Okay.
017885.
All right.
You get it?
Yeah,
0777. TD 0, then TD 7.
Yeah.
Then 017.
All right.
885.
Okay.
Yeah, so that it is 0777 017 885.
Yeah.
All right, my bestie. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sam.
Yep.
Yeah, Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
The man who won't be president. The first thing you get the people. You get it to go fool. One of the messages is down for his party.
Yeah, I saw that. I laugh. No, but yeah, I don't cancel. Your man blinks at Joseph. Your man blinks at I know. Yeah, your man blinks at Joseph. That the people themselves. Because that's what they went there for.
We believe now to show that the man is obedient. That the BN speak with you use on them. So they better be wise. We know that man too good. The man can give people a check and can be take check.
But the people they know that man and they know that party not going anywhere. So they were blinking and said all the people made for them like be men there or complain they get them food. That food big.
Okay. All right, sir.
All right, okay, so have a nice day. Hello. Yeah, tell the baby to start crying. Get the baby on the other side. Get the baby to somebody
in the country. For everything that we are doing for him, he can realize one good for we are.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, make us go from Freeport.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello, Sir Joseph. They are Kokodiyoko. Vanishamo.
The Vanisha money?
I will eat my money. I put all my children together.
How many children you
got? Will go there. We eat money. Because we don't want to look for the money for him.
No.
We give him the power. The money he gets.
But that number you talking, your children, that the number not huge, oh. The man wants huge number.
Yeah, but my children go to the one way to say, yeah, you pay the money, they will papa, they want but you say you do it. And the type of lie, why you go lie over there? As I just will tell the people that you go and look far to go settle what all going on. The people stupid or what? You're not talking about going to meet the president so they can settle and say you go and look far, you go and settle to for the book. I know the VNA belong.
Okay.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. Oh, fine. Thank God for life. And you?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is Eddie Kali. I'm calling you for call work. You see, Andrew, there are some people when they see where they can set a flag. You see, we have crowd. Matter I saw it on Facebook. Just imagine some of our citizens. We were not present at that program. They told me, it will be AG time to come. It will be AG conference right now. Say that AR. You make it follow. Say you make it follow. They come over all of this still. How come you get money on us? You already fail. That's what I want you to. Then you're talking about AR. That AG. What are things they do for the country? You already fail. You're messed up. So be making fun out of yourself. Before you can come and say that AR crowd down there, is that AR can perform? That people know you fail, so they can't even perform you no more. Yeah? They're probably sweating. All the promises they made, say Andrew, they pay. They know where to implement what they promise us. That's why you see, say Andrew, they don't good to honor my people. These people that gave the previous government after when they were in opposition. So then here we are. They did all sorts of things just to come in power. See what we are experiencing today.
All right, Ebi Kale.
Thank you for 40 minutes time, man.
All right.
Thank you all for the chance.
Hello.
Yes, Andrew, I can know.
Fine.
Andrew, I say thank you for the
What is your name?
Fanta Kamara, calling from the borough of Sultan. I just said making fun of making fun of somebody. They go on and listen to him also on certain radio station. He said the poor he made him Madingo put to vote for him. When he began president, he made Madingo put to get out of the like boy. I said making fun. And they made Madingo put to be built now to put in the water to catch a fish and it's on the ear fish. And I'm bad, but they will see. We're waiting for Tonena. Thank you for the show.
Right. Hello. Hello? You are on the air. Chief, change your location where you are. The network, it's not conducive. Change your location. Yeah. Change your location. You can call. Your line is not that good. So just walk away from where you are. All right. So please, again, we are asking you to help us. We managed to get one. We got the rest to go. Please, with these ladies' identity, we will continue to do until we can. Please just, you know them, any one of them. That's just information. It could be you too. It could be you. You just want to say, yes, this is the person. This person lives XYZ area. Or if you came across the person, because the images are out. It's the easier way to identify the person. Just like when you're going, you're asking, you want to get a given person, and they can ask you, say, describe the person. Say, describe the person, how the person look. That description they're asking you for, that they will be able to get the person in no time. That's the reason they can ask for a description. So here is a description. You see the description on the screen. Yeah. All you need, just look at it. And say, oh, okay, I know that lady. So and so. She's so and so. And say, oh, madam, please go to Kings. They got information for you. Please help us. Hello. Yeah.
Thank you for the show. Thank you very much. Jefferson Snapper calling from the Virginia Speaker District, District Number 11. Mr. Andrew, those people Most presidents are just people that we expected, people that wasted our votes behind before. Because when the time of CDC, I've been voting, I'm 15 years in district, 11 years. I've been voting for the CDC. I vote for this money 4 times now for a representative also to spend in election. All they were, but they are disappointed. Oh, today, this appointment that he said he gave it to us as a CDC, it will double and go back to him. What he did today, one he did it to us, but he will receive the higher price forever. So, Sir Joseph, not do nothing yet. But what I want to say is that we want to say thank you to the people that even we are not around them to vote for them. That National for them again, that they've been doing good for a day of the ministerial post that people accusing allowing him, but he stay with me firm and supporting the party. Thank you for what he did in Grand Bassa country. Thank you, Sir Andrew, for giving all the opportunity.
All right. Hello. You are on the air, Chief. I mean, your telephone are good. Oh. The one that on the company, oh, and it's not the GSM company at in that's your phone you using. You call the first a grounding. You change your location, you call, it's still grounding. You need to change that phone. The problem from your phone. It's not the network. Change it. All right. So you're doing extremely well. Let's have this break. Then we go home. Let's have this break. Very significant break.
I've always been patient. You know, I was not the first pick in everything I do. Because of patience, I reached to where I am today. So patience is virtue. Every government, people expect a lot. If we work together, we can meet those expectations. We can achieve it. You know, because what we're trying to do is to build our economy. You know, we want to promote the agriculture sector to create jobs for our people. We want to be self-sufficient. We want to attract direct foreign investment. I say road. And what I want to build the roads, even to connect out to Guinea and Ivory Coast and our hinterland, because we believe that agriculture can boom our economy. But if no road, how can you transport crops? And so we're doing everything to make sure that we succeed. We're encouraging our people to pay their taxes so we can help our country. This is the way that our economy can grow. It's not the private sector. We have to promote the private sector because it's important for us. And I think we can get back on track. You know, what happening today is
us to make the one us to think stupid, the one us to feel stupid, but we are not stupid. No, a person who wants you to think that way never gave them any chance to think that you are. Let's review the comments we didn't before going to the line. Emmanuel Broad said, Imastwe, you are a big liar. And during the first term of Unity Party government under President Sirleaf, I traveled with a team of Star Radio journalists from Monrovia to Harper, Maryland County, via Ivory Coast. Gabriel West, reduced prices of rice and gasoline. These UP clowns are real jokers. Perhaps he should refer to his Boakai last year's Independence Day address. Shameless UP people and government. Darlington Bay, what these dull men talking? Sir Joseph is totally confused. Go and put on your thinking cap. Sir Joseph, man. But the man president, all right, I say he president. Commies. May remind me of commies. Rising sun, right. Unity Party is done. The yellow machines and the speaker are channeling the campaigns to be replaced 2029. 285, you don't expect no 285 machine or it done. That's it there. Everything you saw the people doing, it was just showcase. Shambled. 285 machine. Your senators and representatives, you'll be bragging, huh? You ain't see 285 machines. They're excited. 15 to Mancante. The president showing leadership. That's why we want to open this country. Now that 15 go to your counties. I said that there's nothing. 285. Yeah, they say 285. The balance of the 285 will be up by the end of March. March finish. We're going into April. They will push it to the middle of this year. Nothing. That area or the one that you receive, you manage it. You manage it. If anything will come, they're looking for money now. It's not easy. The government, the center no longer holding. It's rough. The only thing Baka doing now, making an announcement. He went to the fishery program today. He said Labrador open for business. How many times Joe Baka will say this thing? So that the only message Baka has, he went to the fishery ceremony at Farmington Hotel. He said Labrador open for business. Instead of telling the people what you have done, because listen, this is how you attract investors. You don't attract investors by saying you open for business. You attract investors by telling them what you have, what it's it, why they should take advantage of it. It's just like writing a project proposal. Every time the president goes, he's just telling people, hey man, but you start doing this thing to Bwaka, man. Your Bwaka, now you're turning Bwaka into an announcement. An announcer, rather. The major making an announcement. Last week again, said, oh, the president will be doing it. The president goes say Labrador is open today. And the government did it. And the government, no. Say what you have done. Investors want to be convinced you should sell. Sell item or items, or why those items that you have, why they are palatable enough for the investors eating or usage. Not telling people we open. You can be open and just have open space. Tell the people what your government has done, how the government has transformed the fishery sector. What is it that you have done there? The reason you can say that because your government did nothing. It was Emma Glasgow, honor the CDC government appointed by George Weah, transformed that place. Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Office was poo-poo ground. Or poo-poo ground. Defecation ground. Or let me say, I say in it, the raw Labrador was poo-poo ground. Because we know we used to go and pass over there. That place was abandoned. Honor your Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Yima Bwaka. It was Emma Glasgow that transformed that place. Honor Ellen. Nobody from the international circle ever knew that place. Nobody did business with the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Organization. It was just there. It was lying in ruin. Honor Ellen, you ever hear about NAFA? You ever hear about NAFA, Honor Ellen and Bwaka? Nobody. It was Honor George Weah that people knew that that place existed. Emma Glasgow transformed it. You came out of jealousy, envy, hate, grudge. You took the woman from there. So you got nothing to show. Everything over there that Emma Glasgow vision. You lied that the woman took millions of dollars from there. Lay it there. The man that there now, how they call him? I know song now. Wow, how they call that man? He know. He's just having meeting all over the place. Just Bosman Boaka, just having one conference to another. Emma Glasgow took that place from nothingness. That place was dead. That place was abandoned under Ellen and Joseph Yema Boaka. The people who say, the men who always saying George Weah messed the country up. Jerry Lime Pia was in Ellen government for those 12 years. One day, he never sounded anything of an improved NAFA. The only thing they were doing at the Ministry of Information, insulting politicians. They never reported one progress. I can never, because I was there when I was reporting, when I was on the field. That place, we were assigned there. That I got to know Isaac Jackson, how they call it, Norris Stewart, the UF vice president for the vice president for UF relations, Norris Stewart, they seen Pierre Mayor, all the people in our ministry. All of them were there almost every day asking all the questions. One day, they never honored CA, Cletu CA was the minister. They never reported any progress. When you hear PI announcing, he said, we are mess country, you tend to wonder, what are normal? Honor Ellen, there was nothing significant. That place was dead. That place was poo-poo center. Nobody knew NAFA. Because of envy and jealousy, what the woman did, the woman took it from squash. The woman took it from a toilet center to a viable institution that attracted international community attention. International partners started pouring in. The woman would get out of Liberia and make Liberia case. And you saw how NAFA was transformed in less than no time. What they inherited unique vision from Emma Glasgow. You should be ashamed. One of the people who know Unity Party record. One of the people who know all of you in Unity Party. But we who know, you can deny it. We know. And you know that we know. All right. You tell Mr. President to start making announcement. He's not an announcer. Otherwise, you're putting him on the radio to be reading announcement. Can't go everywhere. Yeah, the country open for business. Country open for business. The man sounding like a broken record. All right, let's go home this way. Listen, one who speaks so much of cultural norms must exhibit it because he's exposed to it. If you speak of cultural norms and you can exhibit, then there's a problem. That was on culture. Let me just go straight because of time. I have less than 7 minutes to go. It is wrong. And I see that with most people. I say it because I've never tried that. And even in my limited self, mentally, I have always knew that it wasn't right. And when I got to understand what a tribute is, it put me in the position to do or say the right thing. Many people in this country, they think that tribute is about showing up. And what you see in this country, most of the people, they show up. They think tribute is about explaining history. They think tribute is about showcasing themselves, how they have money, they have position, people look up to them, people saw them before dying as savior. When they stay in from people, it's on culture to brag, to boast, to showcase. You're only exposing yourself and you're taking essence from you. Not only the vice president blunder, but other people are saying I thought to allow it to pass week in between before I provide this education. You don't go to give a tribute and you talk how the person had been, how the person was suffering, how the person called you, how the person left text message. You don't read anything of a person prior to his death, of assistance or whatsoever at a funeral. It is uncultured, it is unethical, it is uncivilized. You don't do it. You keep that confidential. And this many people do in this country, out of this country. There are certain things that you can say. Let's take this, the vice president stuff. Some person who knows who culture, they will just go and pay the tribute, meaning words that will comfort the bereaved family. Whatever text message the person sent prior to his or her death, whether the person responded or not, will keep it confidential. It becomes historical. People think by explaining history, then they are paying tribute. No, you are not paying tribute. You're only showcasing yourself, who you are. You're only ranting and bragging and boasting. It doesn't comfort. How is it a comfort? How does it comfort a grieving person or a grieving family when you say that the man, in whatever the condition, they text you 2 times and you were busy, and the next time you heard that the person died? How is that a comfort? How is that a tribute? Tribute simply means words of comfort. That's what tribute is all about. So anything personal, whatever, whether the person sent you text message, whether the person was as a dying bear and you were unable to reply and the person will call, all those things, they're not necessary. I'm saying it so you people who do that, you stop it. You hear expression like this. People, they think that they're saying something good. And I was in the hospital and I saw my father giving up the ghost. I saw my mother when she was giving up the ghost. What's that? Come on. So what? So if you saw your mother giving up the ghost, what did you do? If you saw your father or your uncle or whoever giving up the ghost, what did you do? Sitting at the bedside and see the person giving up is to do something. There where your spiritual self come on. And there are people who, they stood at the bed. They saw that and they started to do the religious stuff, and God was only waiting for them to move. And they started that and God revived. You don't do those things. People go to funeral. I watched my mother giving up. So what? How does that comfort us, the bereaved people? And we who are not bereaved, what does it mean for us? Absolutely nothing. You stop those things. Tribute simply means you give words of comfort because they are hurt. The pain is inside. They need relief. They need courage. It is against that backdrop, the very God who created us, he said, comfort with these words. What are the words? Listen, I'm at the funeral. I gave assurance that your husband has gone to be with the Lord. It hurts. I know your pains, your hurt you're going through. I share in your pains, your hurt. I went through the same. But here is it, sister. Here is it, brother. He has gone to be with the Lord, and he is with the Lord. Take courage. Those words alone will give that person relief. Because when you know When you know where your family member is, you have no cause to worry. If you said at the funeral, Solomon George has gone to be with the Lord, the daughter and the rest of the people sitting over there, they will have that relief that will start going down gradually. If you say that the person prior to his death texted you 3-4 times and you didn't answer, it means you're telling the rest of the people sitting over there that it was a deliberate act by you, and you only showcasing because of your position. And they were even, that's why when the funeral over, you hear people murmuring and they're discussing. But was it necessary to say that kind of thing? Look what he said at the funeral. Eh? And some of the so-called tributes that you gave, it caused uneasiness, a restrained relationship, a break relationship apart. I have seen that. There are some people today, family, they can't see out, they can't speak. Friends, have you not heard? The funeral over. And then the next day, the lady take her telephone and say, I just called to say thank you. And say, why? They say, but your funeral, your tribute was okay, oh, thank you. At least, I didn't say that. But thank you. I just called to say thank you. At least you wanted to use my sister death to say what you wanted to say. And you say, thank you. The relationship between you and I are over. We have to stop that. You go to the funeral and saying all kind of thing. So Element texted you 2 times. So what now? He's in a casket now. And he's not here. He's dead. That frame. So what? How does that comfort the family? Then he said, let me read the message. So how does that message comfort the family? Funeral is all about comforting. There is the dead, the frame in a casket. Dead don't hear. That's why you say dead. The living yet. And the living hurt. So you want to give out consoling words, comforting words. So you read text message to a funeral. What is that now? Not only that even, but most of the people do that. I just thought to share this with you so that you stop. And I said I'll wait a week will pass in between after the burial and everything. Because everybody gave their own input. I just thought that we'll say it's not necessary. Don't do those things at funeral. You will be creating more hurt than you think you are comforting. You'll be reducing yourself than you think you are paying tribute. You will cause people to look down upon you. You will cause people to discuss you. You will cause people to dismiss you. Then you think you have comforted. Those things are not comfort. You don't go to funeral and explain history. Don't talk about the person. Whether the person texted you, whether the person was suffering, whether the person called you this, those things are just not necessary. Why brag over the dead? No. Don't do that. Don't do it, rather. Don't do it. Just say what you can say, the words that you put out with comfort. That's why God said in Romans 12:15, he said, what did he say? He said, mourn with those who are mourning. He said, go and brag. He said, mourn with them. Put yourself in their situation. Then you will know what to say. The pains that they're going through, you will feel it because you passed through that same thing. And you will know what to say to them because you will be imagining how other people were comforting you when you were in your distress. I see you. Just thought to, in our culture, we got to be careful. Got to be careful. It's not everything you put the political stuff on. Let me read a text message he wrote me. So how is that a comfort? Come on, because you're vice president or because you minister, but because you're politician or because you what? Because most people get tribute on their position. Most people go to showcase. And you don't know those things, they carry curse. You don't do that. Just give a comforting word. Not long. Let me read a text message he wrote me. I see you there. I see you. I see you. I see you. Please, join us for the news at 6 o'clock. Yeah. So then, there are 6:50. Isiaka Sharif, Joseph Pello Josie, CDC hour, and then you know exactly. They died 8 o'clock. 8 is a good number. 8 o'clock, 8. That number is a good number. The doctor himself is in. The teacher of the land, the light of the nation, the evangelist, Anthony at law, A.B. Weah, wave, face the issues. Another full lecture, opening your eyes to a number of things so that you are not kept in any bondage. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. This is how we go home.
Yeah, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 oh. They broke down our headquarters, but it didn't break our soul. CDC stands stronger, we are ready, we are bold. From West Point to Point 4, from New Crew Town to Congo, all are welcome here, together we will grow. CDC is our party. George Weah is our leader, standing proud and hard. This party's for the people, for the common man's fight. CDC is more than a structure. CDC is a way of life. Oh. Hey. We are Shian CDCians and the common people too. We build this new foundation with red, white, and blue. No matter where you're from, no matter who you are, in CDC's big family, you'll always have a part. CDC is our party. George Weah is our leader, standing proud and hard. This party's for the people, for the common man's fight. CDC is more than a structure. CDC is a way of life.
From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 88.5.